So, how much money do you actually need to start dropshipping? This is going to be a quick video. Obviously, this question is pretty straightforward and doesn't need a long answer, but the answer is not a certain amount of money. And I will explain my point in this video as quickly and as simply as I can. So follow along. And I can only speak on my experience with dropshipping. I've done over $2 million in the past 12 months alone. And my students, another million, I think, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less in the past 12 months. So let me go through this question. I get this all the time, my DMs, on Discord, whatever. I have $500. Like, is that enough to start? Okay, so this is what you should do compared to what you should not do. So let me get my pen out. Okay, so a lot of people try to use their savings to dropship. And I did this too. I asked my parents for $500 when I was in high school to start dropshipping, and I thought I was going to be a millionaire. And then my mom goes, Leighton, how's that $500 going? Not good, Mom. It did not go well. It did not go good. So lesson in there, do not use your savings. Savings is good, don't get me wrong. Everyone should probably have a savings or emergency fund, but you don't want to use that money if you don't have something. I'm going to put a job over here. If you don't have a job to fund your savings, then don't use your savings, okay? So as long as you have, this is the lesson of the entire video. As long as you have let's just put a job, but this can mean side hustle, any form of income, hopefully legally, as long as you have something that is funding your actual, let's just do bank account, then you can budget to test products. So what I did is I washed cars. I wash cars. I know people that mow lawns. And I also, at some point in time, I did work a restaurant job. So I was making tips and an hourly wage. I usually do a mixture of all these. This was always just get money in my bank account. And then from here, again, I would budget $100 per product test. So every $100 I made, I knew that I can burn that money on a product test. And that was my mindset. Honestly, obviously I wanted it to work, but I did not care about losing this. I knew that I was giving this to Meta or I was giving this money to TikTok. So I really just had an infinite amount of money spinning around and spiraling, right? Every time I got paid from either washing a car or jobs, I can just fund my product test. And I would wash a car for like $125, wash 5 cars a week. You can do the math. I could, easily afford to test a product. That's the beauty in dropshipping. Imagine starting a business back in the day when you had to use all of your life savings to go open up a brick and mortar shoe repair store. And if it failed, you were dead broke and bankrupt and probably owed money to the banks. It's a different time now where you can set up a campaign. You can set up a Shopify account for like $30 a month, and you can test a product. You can test a business concept very, very cheaply. So the lesson here is, as long as you have money coming in, then you're good. Don't quit. Don't quit until you succeed. Okay? It's okay to lose money. You have to learn from your mistakes. Now you can either test a bunch of products and trial and error that way, or you can pay someone to teach you. I mean, this is why people go to school, right? They pay teachers in universities to teach them a skill, so then they can go get a job that requires that skill. That's kind of like the safe route. Otherwise, trial and error is going to be your best friend, and the combination of both is the best. So if you have someone to learn from, then you can follow their strategies, and then you can trial and error on your own, but with levels ahead. So again, as long as you have money coming in, you're good. I never ask people how much money they have to get into e-commerce, unless they don't have a job and then they're just using the savings. And the case that it does work is when they have a lot of savings. If you have, a long runway where you can cover your monthly expenses for over a year, probably, then, it's pretty safe to, drop ship without a job. But that's not the case for most people. Most people I talk to have like $500 to their name, and they're like, is this enough? And the answer is no. Get a job until your side hustle, aka dropshipping, makes more money than your restaurant job. Then quit your restaurant job and focus entirely on the job that's making you more money, which is your e-commerce dropshipping store. So yeah, that's it. Quick video. Hope you guys stuck around. If not, sorry. But anyway, peace.